Greetings, citizens of the digital world. This is I, the Serial Killer, coming to you today on day 222 of the year of vlogging dangerously. And my obsession, grown only because of, actual events happening right now with Mars, and the Mars rover continues. But I started thinking about it. I started thinking about how it's absolutely and completely intriguing to me as a communicator that they are able to get reliable signals to Mars, another planet, not just the moon, another planet in our solar system. They are able to get signals to Mars that are reliable and can pass data back, video and images and such. They can do this more reliably than my router can send a signal to my phone 5 feet away from it. And I got to looking into it and poking around and everything, and mind you, a lot of this is just me, picking at the NASA site, but doing a little bit of research otherwise as well. And they primarily do this through the use of their deep space network. The deep space network is comprised of 3 satellites, or sorry, 3 antennas, 3 antenna sites around the world. One is in the Mojave Desert in California. One is in Canberra, Australia, or near Canberra, Australia, and one is near Madrid, Spain. And what this does is the placement allows them a large amount of, it's a large arc that they're able to work off of. And it's not just, one focused point, because one antenna's got a huge amount. They're 70-meter antennas. One has a large footprint that it can cover when you point it up. The problem is that it's limited by its physical position on Earth. So having 3 staggered around the planet allows them, as the Earth rotates, to maintain that network. Now, similar things are used pointing down from geostationary orbits to Earth to maintain communications with various maritime vessels. But they do this, and they point in the air, and these networks, they coordinate not only with just the Mars rover and the orbital surveyor that they've got there. Essentially, it's hitting the orbital surveyors, and they relay down to the planet, to the rover itself. But it's not only coordinating with that. There are about a dozen different spacecraft at any given time in our solar system, floating about. And it coordinates with them as well now, and they've got a bunch of special signals and such that that can be sent when the rover is, for example, landing, to clear up traffic and dedicate bandwidth to the rover so that it can go. But here's the other thing that is absolutely stunning, is that and it may explain why there's some beef about, oh, the photos being sent back are kind of crappy, or my camera my phone could do better than that. Well, here's the deal: they're dealing with 1/4 of the speed of your modem through massive different distance. So there's some attenuation issues there as well, and the bandwidth is not exactly stellar, but that they're able to manage this bandwidth. Send navigation signals, send data signals, send command signals all over this network to a dozen different spacecraft, and the Mars rover through its orbitals is bloody fascinating. And it's cool. And what they're using is they're also using a microwave band called X-band, which I'm fairly familiar with. I'm a slight subject matter expert, but yeah, they're using X-band, which is it's a very massive frequency. It's a gigahertz frequency to fire off these signals into space, and yeah, it's wondrous, the stuff that can be done with this. So I don't know that you wondered exactly how the communications worked. That's not exactly how they work, but it's a bit of a way, and it's more than I knew before, more than you knew possibly before. So now you know. There was a guy that on a comment thread on the video that was the stop motion video of the rover landing. He's like, oh man, they spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on on sending this stupid thing to Mars, and it sends back photos that are crappier than my camera. They could have just taken the rocks in my backyard. Rocks are the same everywhere. No, they're not, and the point isn't just that they went to another planet. It's the point is exploring and building a bigger world view, a bigger view of our universe, understanding the mysteries of our universe by comparing things on Mars to things here and seeing how they are the same, how they differ, how formations of rock came about. Yes, maybe they are the same, but that tells us something that they couldn't know from going into your backyard, you goof. So space exploration is important, it's wonderful, and it's awesome, and if I had applied my brain anyone at all to education and had known what I wanted back then, maybe I would have been a space brain engineer guy. Or maybe not. I've, as usual, been the Serial Killer. If you have questions, comments, concerns, death threats, you know where you put them? Put them in the comment section below. I will talk to you